Hello again, Unky Tonks. Now, as you know, I was at the farmers' protest in Downing Street yesterday, and I can tell you now the hatred and severe dislike of this government and Keir Starmer and Rachel Thieves. It's quite intense. It's very real. And despite the massive turnout yesterday, I mean, the crowd was huge, bigger than expected. So huge, in fact, that they couldn't march from Downing Street to Parliament Square safely. So they just stood where they were while people made the speeches. And despite all that, the support, everything, they know they're screwed. The farmers know it's all over. And that's because the current government, headed by Keir Starmer, not only are they anti-British in my view, but they're massive, massive liars. Keir Starmer is a now known liar. It's a given. Everything he says is a massive fib. He has gone back on his word so many times. He flip-flops. It's like Richard III in Shakespeare. He can change his face to suit all occasions. Now, having said all that, the one thing he hasn't lied about is representing the father of the Southport suspect for an asylum case. Keir Starmer has been forced to come out in a statement and deny that he represented him, and that's actually true for once. Keir Starmer did not represent the Southport suspect's father in an asylum case. And so we come to the Southport conspiracy. Yes, there are more theories online about what really is going on and what Nigel Farage knows, etc. And it's all still speculation. However, having done my digging here, and everything I'm going to tell you now is already online. Journalists have either written or said this on social media, and these videos are still up, so obviously they're not in contempt of court. And one journalist in particular, he said he was contacted through an intermediary representing people who were involved on the day of the Southport incident, and according to them, they were threatened and bullied by Merseyside police into keeping quiet about what really happened on that day in order to prevent certain allegations being made against the suspect. Now, I wonder what allegations would that be, because you and I know if somebody is found with ricin and the Jihadi Idiot's Guidebook to Terrorism in their property, then to you and me, that's a terrorist, isn't it? One thing I have noticed about this whole Southport case is the authorities' reluctance, massive reluctance to use the term terrorism when it comes to this particular suspect or case or murders. Then it's not only confusing, but it's quite concerning. After all, we did learn a long time afterwards that the police found this terrorist paraphernalia in his property days after they caught him. So they knew for a long, long time about this, and they've kind of stretched it out, haven't they? They keep stretching it out. Like Nigel Farage says, the court case keeps being deferred further and further away. And you think, wouldn't you, this is an open and shut case. They've caught the guy. They found this stuff in his house. So what else are they looking for? Or what are they protecting? Or who are they protecting? Now, believe me or not, it was not declared a terrorist act because Merseyside police didn't have a theory that he was a terrorist. Can you believe that? The bloke had to match their theory. The things he had to have done, the things he had on him, his ideology had to match their theory, their definition of a terrorist, and he didn't. And so that means he is technically not a terrorist. Again, go figure. Therefore, the big question here is, what is Merseyside Police's definition of terrorism? And again, according to this journalist via the intermediary, apparently the people involved in Southport were denied information by the police in order to protect the police's claim that it wasn't a terrorist attack. So again, who are they protecting here? Is it a certain community? Remember, Keir Starmer, as soon as he got up to Southport to pay his respects, if the guy has any respect for anything or anyone else for that matter, remember, the guy's an amoeba. He really is. He is boneless, let alone spineless. He went and visited this certain community and reassured them and promised more money to ensure that they wouldn't be victimised because of this guy's actions. And remember, it wasn't this certain community that had members knifed to death, so again, go figure. Are they protecting the suspect himself? Unlikely, but you never know. Or maybe, just maybe, they're protecting their own counter-terrorism unit and the failures of the MI5 on stopping this, whether they knew about the fella and they knew he was going to do this, and yet they failed. They failed to act. Maybe that's the whole thing. And so perhaps the real conspiracy here is Downing Street's trying to redefine the term terrorism because they failed to tackle it. And therefore the police have been strong-armed into trying every which way but loose to refrain themselves from declaring this a terrorist event because Downing Street told them to lie. Either way, this incident, I believe, will bring down Keir Starmer, though not the government. I think this is a one-term government anyway because of their actions, and they're screwed. They'll never get elected again. I doubt anyone would vote Labour ever again after just, 5-6 months in charge. It's crazy, isn't it? All authorities had to do as soon as they found that stuff in the guy's house was declare it a terrorist attack. That's all they had to do, but no, they screwed up somewhere along the line. They dragged it out. They kept information away from the public and everyone involved, and now it's come to this, and it's going to undo, it won't be just this, there are other things as well that are going to undo Keir Starmer, but this is going to be a massive part, I reckon, in my opinion. And that's me reading between the lines and giving to you what's already on the internet and still up. So make of it what you will. And there we go. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching. And until the next time, Roger Trout.